Today, I have the distinct pleasure to chat with Dana Brownlee, President and founder of Professionalism Matters. Dana's client list includes the Center for Disease Control, the Environment Protection Agency, Emory Professional Learning Georgia Power Company, Learning Tree International, and many others. She has taught throughout the US as well as in Canada and the UK. Dana holds a PMP as well as a Bachelor's of Science, Bachelor of Industrial Engineering from Georgia Tech, and a Master's of Business Administration from Emory University.
Once you're there, you know what's next. Listening to people who can be difficult to deal with, like the rambler, the multitasker, the dominator. Dana Brownlee is the President of Professionalism Matters, and she's here to give us some techniques for managing difficult meeting personalities.
You're exactly right. And actually, it's funny. In my training class, when I'm teaching people how to prepare for their meetings, I tell them to ask the who, what, why, where, and when. But I say ask the why question first. Because if you really can't convince yourself that you really do need to have a meeting, you don't need to have it.
Because one of the mistakes most leaders make is they get in those public settings and nobody says anything, and they actually think things are okay. Or they throw out their idea, oh, I think we need to figure out how to make peanut oil into jet fuel. What does everybody else think? Oh yeah, that's great. And then as soon as the meeting's over, they're over by the Coke machine, having what I call the meeting after the meeting, and they're like, oh, you know he's on crack. There's no way. That's just another knucklehead, pea brain idea from this. How do you figure that out? How do you figure out what is each person's preferred communication mode? Ask them. How obvious is that? But how often do we do it? Not often. What do? We just keep emailing. Just keep emailing.
Well, we're back with Dana Brownlee, and her background is just so extraordinary. But yet, with your extraordinary background, working for big companies, now you've got to go out and you are the company. What surprised you in this process? You knew what you were delivering. You knew your service because you were doing the same thing at IBM. You're just going to do it yourself.
We literally had like a little badge. And so one of our ground rules with our teams was each meeting we would rotate who wore the badge. And whoever's turn it was for that meeting, their job was literally just to raise their hand anytime they felt like we were off topic or we're spending way too much time on something or we're rambling. She said, what if the dominator is your boss? And I'm just laughing inside because I speak a lot and I've spoken at a lot of project management conferences around the world. And I tell you what, it's at least always the third question is what if the issue is my boss or my manager?
Not that that's my situation.
I know, that's yours because you're probably sitting next to your boss.
All right, let's talk about idea number 5. It's really intriguing, these super high occupancy vehicles. You must have at least 3 people in the car. What do you guys think about that? Cindy, that was yours?
Yes.
Oh, I like that idea.
CP, wireless, and then we can